Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, looked at your bob haircut, and sighed? Maybe it's a style you once loved, but now it makes your face look tired. The sides feel heavy, the crown flat, and the overall look lifeless. No one says it aloud, but you can feel it yourself. You're gradually losing the freshness and elegance you once had. What hurts the most is that you've tried. You got the right cut, chose a reputable salon, even bought expensive styling products, yet the result is still a hairstyle that makes you feel like you're no longer yourself. It's not your fault, nor is it the fault of the bob haircut. The problem is no one has ever shown you the right way to style a bob so that it truly brings out its beauty. And the truth is, the bob is one of the styles that can make the face look stiff and lifeless if styled incorrectly. This is especially true for women over 50 when facial structure, hair density, and natural volume start to change. But the good news is, with just a few small changes in how you blow dry, part your hair, or curl the ends, you can transform your bob from heavy to light, from flat to face lifting, from dull to elegantly radiant. And no, you don't need to cut your hair again, nor buy expensive tools. In this video, I'll share with you 6 simple but extremely effective secrets to styling a beautiful, youthful, and sophisticated bob suitable for all hair types, lengths, and especially for women aged 50 and above. Watch until the end, because each small tip will create a big change in the reflection you see in the mirror. 6 secrets to make your bob hairstyle elegant and youthful. Secret 1. Part with purpose. The parting line, it may seem like a small detail, but it can shape your entire hairstyle, frame your face, and define your aura. Most of us have the habit of parting our hair in the same spot every day, or letting our hair fall naturally out of habit. Gradually, the hair develops a mechanical memory. The roots get used to lying in only one direction, becoming flat, losing volume, which makes the bob hairstyle look heavy on the sides, flat at the crown, and especially drags the face downward, making you look more tired and older. What you need is not a new haircut, but a new mindset about how to part your hair. Start by seeing the parting line as a styling tool, not just a line dividing your hair, because the parting determines where volume is concentrated, the direction of hair fall, and from that creates the illusion of a longer, more graceful face, or, conversely, a rounder and heavier look. A simple but surprisingly effective tip: change the position of your parting frequently. One day part left, the next day part right, another day part diagonally in the middle. This variation awakens the roots, forcing them to stand up, creating natural volume at the crown, which is very important for lifting the face. The result is not only a lighter-looking face, but also one with more depth and aura. For mature women, when hair starts thinning and facial skin loses firmness, lifting the gaze upward is a way to look younger without cosmetic intervention. But don't stop at changing the part only when your hair is dry. The secret lies in how you style your hair from the blow-drying stage. While drying, use your hands or a round brush to gently move your hair side to side, front to back, as if drawing a zigzag line. This motion breaks the laziness of the roots, so they no longer fall in a fixed direction. When the roots don't know where to fall, they stand up, and that's the precious natural volume you thought only salons could give. One advanced step for those who want to open up the face area after your hair is nearly dry. Use a round brush to lightly roll the front hair away from your forehead towards the back and hold it with the cool air from the dryer. This small technique helps the front hair curve back slightly, creating the impression of a more open face, lifting the gaze to the eyes and cheekbones instead of letting it fall toward the cheeks or double chin. The result: a soft, youthful hairline and a face that looks more alert and bright without needing scissors or any makeup tricks. Another big plus: when you know how to adjust your part properly, your bob hairstyle lasts longer, needs less fixing, and saves time and money between salon visits. You'll feel like you're resetting your hairstyle every day with just a few simple moves. In short, the parting line is not just a division in your hair, it's where aura begins. A small change, if done right, can make a big difference in your entire appearance. and especially for bob hairstyles that are losing shape, flat at the crown, or making your face look more tired than your age. Changing the parting is the magic without scissors. Now that you've learned how to lift the crown by controlling the parting, let's discover the second secret and often overlooked area that determines the neatness and refinement of the entire bob, the nape. Secret 2. Flatten the nape, tight nape, lifted look. There is an often overlooked area in hairstyling that greatly influences whether a bob looks beautiful and elegant or not. That is the nape, the hair at the back of the neck, lower than the crown. Usually hidden from view, paradoxically, this area quietly supports the entire elegant shape of a bob. If handled poorly, you can ruin your whole look, making the hairstyle appear heavy, droopy, or unintentionally rounded. Many people experience their bob looking fine from the front, but from behind or at an angle, it looks flat or deflated because the nape puffs out, fans out, or flips upward, creating the impression of a heavy head and a face pulled downward. This is especially common with shoulder-length hair, where the ends tend to flip outwards, particularly if the hair is not dried properly or not set while still damp. So, what's the solution? It's simple but effective: flatten the nape. More importantly, don't flatten it by pressing or pushing, but through smart control while blow-drying. When your hair is still damp, use a wide tooth comb or your fingertips to gently smooth the hair downward, following the natural growth direction. While blow-drying, direct the airflow straight down from the crown to the nape, using your hand to press the hair close to the scalp. This motion helps the nape hair lie flat, smooth, and merge seamlessly with the curve of your neck, creating a feeling of snugness, both gentle and sophisticated. The special aspect of this technique is that it does not add volume to the nape. Unlike the crown, where you want volume to lift the face, the nape requires neatness and continuity. When the nape is flat, the hair above can be lifted fully without being pulled down. Like building a house, the stronger and tidier the foundation, the steadier and more beautiful the roof. In hair aesthetics, a flat nape is the foundation for a classy bob. Moreover, controlling the nape has a strong visual effect. When you flatten the hair at the nape and simultaneously add light volume at the crown, the eyes are naturally drawn upward, creating the illusion of a longer face, a longer neck, and a more graceful silhouette. This is an extremely effective styling tip for mature women aiming for a gentle face and a neck not swallowed by hair or clothing. An important note: if your hair tends to be slightly curly or frizzy, avoid using too many styling products at the nape, as they may cause the hair to puff up and backfire. Instead, just apply a little anti-frizz serum or light oil evenly while the hair is still damp. Then blow dry using the proper technique that's enough to keep the nape smooth and tidy all day. If you're not used to using a blow dryer, you can still flatten the nape by pressing the hair gently against the neck with your hands when damp and letting it air dry naturally. Or simply use a high collar, like a thin knit collar or a silk scarf, to hold the hair in shape as it dries. These small, subtle techniques, if practiced consistently every day, will keep your bob looking salon fresh even weeks after your last cut. Remember, flat nape, lifted crown, curved ends form the golden triangle that makes your bob look elegant, balanced, and full of life. When you master the nape, you lay a solid foundation for all the next styling techniques. Get ready, because next we'll learn how to softly bend the ends, restoring youthful shape without trimming a single centimeter. Secret 3. Lightly curl the ends, bend the back. If the crown is where volume is created to lift the face, and the nape is the foundation that holds the structure steady, then the ends of the hair are what define the overall delicate and soft appearance of the bob hairstyle. In many cases, the decline of the hair's appearance is not due to needing a cut, but comes from a seemingly small detail: the ends not being lightly curled properly, causing the entire hairstyle to look messy, shapeless, and lifeless. You may have experienced this after a few weeks. Your bob starts to reach the shoulders, and the ends at the back begin to fan out, flip up, or bend uncontrollably, making the overall look bulky, weighing down the face, and losing the natural elegance. This happens especially often with shoulder-length bobs, because when the ends no longer lie neatly, but instead hit the shoulders or collar, they easily flip outward. Therefore, the technique of lightly curling the ends bend the back is the golden solution. It's not about elaborate curling or time-consuming styling, just a gentle curve that lets the ends softly hug the neck, maintaining a smooth, rounded, and elegant shape. This small change alone can save a hairstyle that is about to fall into a messy, aged state. The method is very simple but effective. When the hair is still damp, divide the nape and back hair into small sections, using a medium-sized round brush or a straightener. Instead of pulling straight down as usual, slightly twist your wrist inward at the ends to create a natural curve. Note, don't curl too much or create ringlets. The goal is for the ends to gently curve inward, not to create waves or coils. For those who avoid heat or prefer air drying, there's a smart alternative. While the hair is damp, gently smooth and press the ends inward with your hands. Then use a knit collar, silk scarf, or even a large claw clip to loosely hold the ends close to the nape for a few minutes as the hair dries. You'll see the ends naturally set without any heat tools. The effect of the bend the back technique is not only shaping, it also cleverly tricks the eye. When the ends curve inward, the whole hairstyle appears lifted, making the face look longer, the jawline slimmer, and the neck more slender. This is an extremely useful trick for women over 50 as facial contours begin to change and the neck can appear shortened due to aging. Additionally, keeping the ends lightly curled helps maintain the hairstyle's shape longer between salon visits. A bob that hasn't been cut for 3-4 weeks can still look neat and youthful just by properly caring for the ends. That's why French women known for their simple yet sophisticated appearance always pay special attention to the hair's finish. No messiness, no sharp edges, no flaring out, just a gentle curve like an elegant period ending a beautiful musical phrase. In summary, if your bob starts to look old, uninteresting, or lifeless, don't be quick to blame the stylist. Check your ends because just a timely, light curl can rescue your face and your style. And once the ends are set, it's time to move on to another important detail, the baseline, where the face is shaped with absolute precision and balance. Secret 4. Tidy up the face frame, define your baseline. After mastering the parting line, smoothing the nape, and creating a subtle curl at the ends, it's time to focus on the most important area, the one that draws every gaze first when you appear the face frame. The baseline, also called the hairline along both sides from the ears down to the jawline, serves as the frame for the entire face. If this area is messy, flaring out, or unkempt, the whole hairstyle looks uncontrolled, making your face appear larger, heavier, and less refined. Conversely, when the baseline is neatly shaped and defined properly, your face is gently enhanced, appearing graceful, slender, and full of vitality. The issue is that the face frame is often overlooked or styled incorrectly. Many people apply too much volumizing product, causing the hair to stick out on both sides, or they curl the hair too much, making the baseline look tangled. In reality, the secret lies in simplicity. Less is more. For the baseline, you don't want volume, you want control, smoothness, and a gentle curve that hugs the face. The technique is simple but requires finesse. When your hair is 80–90% dry, section the hair from the ears forward into thin layers. Use a small round brush or a straightener to gently pull each layer straight down along the cheek. Then lightly curl the ends inward, creating a soft curve that embraces the jawline. It's important to keep both sides balanced. Not letting one side hug closely while the other sticks out. Symmetry is key to refined beauty. This technique not only tidies the face frame, but also creates a visual lift. When the baseline is neat and curves gently inward, the face appears narrower, cheekbones become more prominent, and the jawline looks firmer. That's why many women over 50 who change their baseline styling immediately feel younger without any cosmetic intervention. Another note, the baseline shouldn't be styled with excessive curls or thickness. If your hair is too thick in this area, gently thin out the outer layer or use smoothing serum to avoid the rabbit ear effect on both sides. Conversely, if your hair is thin, keep the baseline smooth and shiny, giving the hair a healthy look without artificially increasing volume. You can also incorporate small daily habits to maintain the baseline shape longer. For example, after styling, gently smooth the baseline with clean, warm hands, or clip the hair close to the face for a few minutes while it's still warm to lock the curve. Gradually, your hair will learn to fall in the right place, and you won't need to restyle every day. Finally, remember that the baseline is not just a part of your hairstyle, it's the silent language of sophistication. It shows you pay attention to the smallest details, and you choose to shine not through extravagance, but through neatness, balance, and intentionality in every line. When your baseline is properly defined, you'll find you don't need to overdo makeup or accessories. A bob with a neat hairline alone will make you look attractive and classy. And now, with the face frame clear and tidy, it's time to focus on the next equally important detail. The temple's a small area that can determine the youthfulness and refinement of your entire hairstyle. Secret 5. Lift the temples. Lift the temples. There is a very small detail, often overlooked in styling a bob haircut, but with surprising power to transform your look. The temples area. This area is located just above the cheekbones, beside the eyes and near the front hairline at the forehead. In hairstyling art, the temples are the golden point, where just a slight lift can brighten the entire face, widen the gaze, and bring a youthful radiance without effort. When you neglect this area, letting your hair fall naturally, droop down, or lie flat against your face, you unintentionally make your face look tired, sad, and heavier. This is especially noticeable in women over 50 as the temples gently hollow. The skin on the forehead thins, and the hair in this area tends to be thinner and weaker than elsewhere. All these changes cause the upper face to appear droopy, creating a heavy impression even if your smile remains bright. Therefore, lifting the temples is not just an aesthetic choice, it's a strategy to restore openness, vitality, and structure to the entire face. So, how to do it? First, after styling the main part of your hair, leave a small section at the temples about 2 to 3 centimeters wide. Place a small round brush close to the roots. Gently pull the hair upward and outward at about a 45-degree angle from the forehead. While the hair is still warm, use the cool air setting on your blow dryer to hold it in place for a few seconds. This locks the hair direction, creating a natural lift at the roots without needing mousse or hairspray. If you're not used to using a round brush, a small Velcro roller can do the trick. Just roll the hair upwards at the temples. Hold for a few minutes while the hair is still warm. Then gently remove it. You'll see the temple hair gain a soft, natural volume that brightens your face without looking forced. Why is this small detail so effective? Because the temples connect directly between the bangs, crown, and baseline near the cheekbones. When this area is gently lifted, it creates a mini facelift effect, slightly lifting the entire cheekbone area, opening the gaze and helping you look refreshed and younger without surgery. Especially for those with round or slightly fuller faces, lifting the temples draws the gaze upward, creating the illusion of a slimmer, more sculpted face. Another advantage is that this technique suits all hair types, whether thin, thick, straight, or wavy. The effect depends not on hair volume, but on the direction of styling and root control. Even gently sweeping your fingers upward at the roots while blow drying can produce a noticeable change. And even if you don't have much time in the morning, remember just 3 minutes devoted to the temples area daily can bring a bright, refined, and lively appearance. In conclusion, lifting the temples is not just a beauty hack, it's a way to regain confident eyes, a face with depth, and a radiant expression without any accessories or makeup. Like lifting a curtain to let light into a room, you're gently lifting your hair so your own light can spread softly and effortlessly. And when the temples harmonize with the baseline, the nape is smoothed and the ends are softly curled. Your bob hairstyle is nearly perfect, but to keep it elegant and lasting even longer, there is one final secret waiting for you to discover. Secret 6. Smoothing the crown. Crown smoothing for elegance. There is a small detail that greatly influences the overall elegance of a bob hairstyle, the crown area. After the age of 50, hair no longer retains the thickness, volume, or naturalness of youth. Instead, there is flattening, stray baby hairs, and uncontrollable breakage at the crown, the very spot where eyes often first land when someone faces you or looks from behind. This is the point that can easily make a bob look messy, untidy, and lose its inherent sophistication. Smoothing the crown is not simply about keeping hair in place. It is the act of shaping the crown of the entire face, a symbol of neatness and self-respect. A beautiful bob, even with softly curled ends, lifted temples, or neatly defined face framing, will lose its structural integrity if the crown remains frizzy or lightly tousled as if neglected. Therefore, smoothing the crown is the final yet crucial link that connects all the other details. For mature women, especially those with thinning and softer hair, smoothing should not be done with stiff hairspray or heavy wax. Instead, use gentle techniques, a fine-tooth comb or back combing to shape the roots downward. Then blow dry with cool air from front to back to keep the sleek style. If time allows, applying a small amount of lightweight serum from mid-lengths to ends adds natural shine, controls flyaways, and enhances the clean and glossy effect. A smooth crown also creates a valuable visual effect. It lifts the gaze upward, making the face appear longer and more graceful. In photography or fashion, symmetry and continuity in composition are always emphasized, and hair is no different. When the crown is smooth, details like softly curled ends, neat face framing, and lifted temples work together to create a harmonious, unified, and poetic whole. Finally, remember that a woman's beauty does not come from showing off, but from captivating. Hair that is carefully cared for from root to tip, especially at the highest point like the crown, silently tells the world I respect myself. And that always radiates an irresistible noble aura, even without any extra jewelry. Perhaps after all these shares, you've realized that a bob hairstyle is not just a haircut, it is a symbol of care, self-respect, and a beauty that doesn't need to shout to be noticed. Because once we have passed youth, with all its rushes to try every beauty trend, curling, coloring, straightening, what we need now is no longer to stand out the most, but to be the truest version of ourselves. A bob that is lovingly cared for, from adjusting the part, smoothing the nape, gently bending the ends, tending to the temples, to smoothing the crown, not only makes you look better, but also makes you feel whole. Whole with enough subtlety to step into a new day with confidence. Enough gentleness to look in the mirror and smile at yourself. Enough elegance to no longer compare yourself to anyone. You don't need to completely change to look younger. You just need to understand what your hair truly needs and love it as you are relearning to love yourself at this age. Every small change you make today, whether it's shifting the part or smoothing the nape, is an act of self-love and renewal. If this video has touched you, if you have found something that reminds you of the deep and lasting beauty of a woman who has lived fully, please help us spread this to more people. Hit like, leave a comment about which tip surprised you the most, and don't forget to subscribe. Because here, we are always ready to accompany you, not just with your hair, but with the journey of living beautifully, fully and authentically. At every age, you deserve to shine in your own way. See you in the next video.